All right, everybody, welcome back to the Find a New Way to Live Challenge. Today we're talking about adding value to the world. Now, I know we've talked about a lot so far. We've set some goals. We've taken a look at what we want in our own life. We took a look at long-term and short-term goals. We've taken a look at our influences. Hopefully, we're starting to see a vision of ourselves and what we're capable of doing in the future, because the whole point of this finding a new way to live is to be able to identify who we are and how we're going to become the best version of ourselves. So today, talking about adding value to the world, there's a great quote from the famous Zig Ziglar that says, "You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want." And when I heard that, my brain fixated on the second end of that. Help enough other people get what they want, and you'll be able to have everything in life you want. So we do that by adding value to the world. So to understand value personally, we need to ask ourselves, what is value? And how do we add value to the world? So rather than adding value to the whole world, as in the 7.3 billion people on Earth, we take a look at how can we add value to one person's life at a time? How can we change one person's world and have a positive impact on that person? And then how can we do that repeatedly over time to continue to help people, to continue to help ourselves, and continue to add value to the world? So this process is something that we can repeat over and over, and we can refine it and we can get better at it. But first we need to understand what our strengths are and what our value is before we can identify how we're going to share that with the world. So first off, I want to ask you, what is value? Now, what does value mean to you? A lot of people will think that value is money, value is material things, value is tangible stuff that we can use to kind of trade and barter with or buy things with, but value is much more than that. For example, if you're somebody who likes to paint and you're a very good painter and you're an artist, you may add value to the world by creating portraits or paintings for other people. Or if you like to work outside, if you're a landscaper, if you're very good at cutting trees and you like to climb up in the air and you like to create beautiful things outside, the value you add to the world may be making someone else's property look 10 times better than it does right now. Or maybe you are very gifted at karate or sports and you can coach somebody, or you can teach younger people how to become a better athlete or how to become a great whatever it is that they want to be. So let me ask you this. What is your value, your gift, your talent that you can begin sharing with the world? Now, this also is going to be a process that unfolds over time as well, because say we're in the jail right now and we don't know exactly what our value is. It may take some time for us to understand how we're able to add value to the world and what we can do to make someone else's life better. The first thing we can do is not cause any more problems. We cannot get in any more trouble, and we can be the person that we are wanting to be. We can work towards our goals. We can keep positive influences in our life. And what that's going to do is that's going to start a process over time that's going to lead to a great deal of self-awareness, and we'll be able to better understand what our gift is. So oftentimes, like I said, this process unfolds as we gather life experiences. We learn the most through trial and error. So if we've tried a lot of different things in the past and we haven't really found that one good thing that we really enjoy doing, we can ask ourselves, what is the thing or the things that we can do that we feel most alive when we're doing them? Maybe we like to play sports. Maybe we like to fix cars. Maybe we like to learn or mess with computers or learn how to speak a different language. So what's that one or few things that we can do that just keeps us alive, that we can just get lost in time and just truly enjoy doing, that we can do for free, that we can do to continue to learn about, continue to grow doing? And also, what do you love to give others advice on? Maybe if you're a woman, maybe you get excited about makeup and doing hair and cutting hair and doing different creative styles. Maybe that might be your gift, a way that you can add value to someone else's life by making them feel beautiful about themselves, making someone feel better about themselves. That's a great way to add value to the world right there. So let me ask you this. What makes me feel great as a person? So maybe that would be spending time with my family. Maybe that would be going to school and getting an education. Maybe that would be having a great job. Maybe that would be just raising our children to be the men or women that we want them to be growing up. We all need guidance, and we all need to be somebody who can guide others down a path of a successful life and not lead others down a path that may end up getting them in trouble. So after we identify some things that we can do to learn more about, to sharpen our skills and become a new person that's able to help others and add value to someone else's life, we also need to know what brings our energy down and what makes you feel tired and just what makes you feel drained. So maybe if you're an introverted kind of person, meaning that you like to be by yourself and you like to spend time by yourself, maybe being around a lot of people all the time is not the best situation or not the best environment for you to be in. And likewise, if you're an extroverted kind of person, meaning you like to be around other people and you have a lot of high energy when you get around other people, whether they're people you know or not, you're just somebody who really likes to be around other people and feeds off other people's energy. If that's your type and you find yourself alone all the time, obviously that's going to be a situation that brings you down, that keeps you very low energy. So what we're going to learn how to do is to put ourselves in our strength zone. That way we can do what we're naturally good at and get better at it over time and continue to add value to the world. And like we said in the beginning, the better we get at adding value to the world, the better we're going to be at getting all the things in life that we want. So this definitely is part of the Finding a New Way to Live, because not only is this helping create a better world for ourselves, but it's also helping create a better world for other people. So once we get an idea of our natural gifts, our talents, our abilities, we can start sharing them with others. Even if we're not very good at them yet, if it's something that just catches our interest, like I said, working on cars, fixing things, landscaping, whatever that may be, we can just start doing it and learn how to improve the process over time. You know, we may spend the rest of our lives excited about sharing our gifts with others, but if we don't ever understand what they are and continue to improve them over time, we may never live up to our true full potential. So we can start with those and we can branch out from there. Whatever you can do to add value to the world right now, whatever that looks like, you can start now. You can start today. So I'd like to ask you, what are some things that you can do to add value to your family? What are some things that you can do to add value to your friends? How can you add value to your community? And how can you, if you're working, how can you add value to the company that you work for? So you may be thinking, well, I just work a part-time minimum wage job. I don't want to add value to this company, or I don't want to add value to my community. Just know that if we maintain that attitude and that outlook on life, we're never going to get all the things we want, and we're going to stay stuck in an old way of thinking. So a new way to look at something is, okay, we may work a part-time minimum wage job. That may be the only job that we can get right now, but how can we be the best at what we do right now and start beginning to develop the habit of always giving 100% and putting our best effort first? That way we can develop the habit and the discipline, and over time we'll continue to put in our best work, we'll continue to add the best value that we can, and we'll continue to get better at it. And once we start doing that, as we continue to grow and as we continue to get better jobs and we continue to meet more people, more interesting people, find new ways to interact with our communities and our families and our friends, we'll be able to become a better person and add more value to more people. The most successful men and women are those who have created the most value in the world. They have identified their gift and spent years perfecting it and sharing it with others. So I'd like to ask you, how can you increase your skills and your knowledge to add more value to the world? Maybe you like to read, or maybe you like to write. Maybe you're a good writer. Maybe you can teach others how to become a better writer themselves. Maybe you can mentor younger children or teenagers. Maybe you know somebody who's in your life that's going down the wrong path, and maybe by you talking to them, you'll be able to steer them down a different direction, and you can be someone else's positive role model that they need in their life. And if you continue to do that over time and help somebody become a better person because of the guidance and the wisdom that you shared with them, it might not take that much time. It may take 15, 20 minutes to have a good quality conversation with somebody that really needs your advice or really needs to hear your experience, that can change the whole path of their life and move them down a whole different direction. So that change agent may be you. You may be the one that's able to help somebody change the way they're living right now and change the way that their future is going to end up. If we can do anything to help somebody stay on the right path, stay out of jail, stay off drugs, keep moving forward in their life to become a better person and teach them how to inspire others and teach them how to help others grow, the impact that that will have over generations and years is going to be something that you won't even be able to measure, because it'll be so great. It'll change so many people's lives just by you changing the way you look at the world right now and being able to identify what you're good at, what your natural strengths are, what you already enjoy doing, and learn how to become better at that over time and how to share that with more people and have a greater impact on the world. Now, this is one right here. This lesson is going to take some time to be able to sink in, and it's going to take even more time for us to start perfecting our skills and our abilities to add value to the world. So like I said earlier, if the only thing we can do right now is just do the right thing and avoid doing the wrong things, that right there is adding value to the world.